Hi everyone. Well, today is Friday, March 31st, and in less than 2 weeks it will be Easter. And I've been making Easter baskets, and I made Easter bunnies, little, and crochet Easter eggs for my 3 great nieces, my great nephew, and my youngest niece. Those are the children in our family. We are going to have another little great nephew in August, and my niece with the little boy, with my great nephew, who was the first little boy in our family since my brother. And she's going to have another little boy. I don't know if they picked out a name yet, but it's going to be a boy. They did a live Zoom meeting to show everybody the baby's sex, but we couldn't get onto Zoom. This laptop don't do Zoom hardly at all. I tried once 2 years ago, and my phone don't have enough memory to download the app, and Mom didn't know how to download the app, so we got video of it afterwards. So little boy. Anyway, so this is the last Easter basket right here. Now the next coming project after that, since I finished all the Easter stuff, will be a turtle, mama turtle, and 20 baby turtles. They'll be matching. There'll be 2 of each matching baby turtles, and I have already decided the color, and it's going to be in 4-weight yarn, and I'm going to follow the pattern, and I will follow the pattern. I'm not known to follow patterns very well. I tend to dislike patterns, and I make my own patterns, but I tend to change patterns. So I'm going to not change the pattern. I'm going to do that double crochet and triple crochet, even though I really feel like stuffing will show, but I'm going to do it according to the pattern. But anyway, in the meantime, let's show you the Easter bunnies. Now, this is the first little Easter bunny. I saw a video online of where they made Easter bunnies. Now, they didn't do the tail this way. Change the pattern. They didn't do the tail this way. They actually made pom-poms and sewed the pom-poms on. That was a lot of work. That was messy. And for such a tiny little tail, I didn't really want to do that, and so I made the little bunny tail that way. And I felt like the bunny tail this way will last longer, because my nieces, great nieces, and my great nephew that are getting the baskets would probably, well, especially the little boy, would have the hairs pulled out of those pom-poms quicker than you can blink. Yeah. So that was then this one will be for my great niece Natalie. She loves pink. She's already told me she wants this one. She's seen me making it. I'm not hiding it from them this time. I'm letting them watch me. While I was making it, I was no problem hiding it. It's not like a Christmas present. Anyway, this one actually it's purple, or a lavender color purple. And that one for Josie. Ella has already claimed this one. That is Josie's sister. Ella is the oldest great niece. Josie next, and then last Natalie, and then even younger than that is 2-year-old Beckley. We'll probably get the green one. And hopefully this time he won't be scared. I made a blue furry monster at Christmas for him, and it scared him. I didn't really know it would scare him. The other kids loved them. Now this one I made a mistake. Let's see if you can tell the mistake. Well, first of all, the yarn was thinner, so I increased the size of the yarn, and it worked out good. And the ears worked out good. And the tail I had already made up the tail. I made 5 tails all in the same before sewing them on, so I had them ahead of time. Where the mistake, do you see? The eyes are not quite the same. One eye is a little bit bigger, a little bit less rounder. One eye is rounder. Somehow I managed to do that. Yes, I have a kit that has the eyes in it, and well, it has those two different sizes, and it has many different sizes. It don't have a lot of bigger ones. They probably go up to 10 millimeter, not much more. So maybe I'll buy some more eyes in larger sizes, but I just don't want to right now. This is the first egg I made. I had the idea of how I would make the egg. Whoops. It failed. Anyway, and that one I decided was a little too pointy. Too long, too pointy. Not too long, but too pointy. Way too pointy. And so the next one I reduced it down. Didn't do as much. And I also thought it's too small. Too pointy. And so the next one turned out okay. Not too pointy. A little bit too small. Maybe this one was the perfect size one. I don't know. They're all going to be small. Now the next one would have been perfect. So for some of the yarn just didn't behave. It didn't behave. There's a little point on it. But this would have been perfect. Then I decided to try one more thing that I didn't want to alike anyway. Oh, by the way, I used the same color. Yeah. Ice Cream, Lion Brand's Ice Cream Yarn in the colorway Parfait. It did them all different. And this is the last one. The decrease on the end was one row sooner. I didn't decrease to 6. I ended it at 9. So I think it's almost a little too not pointy. It's not pointy enough, but you know, it is Easter egg-ly. I mean, it is eggy, kinda. But I think that having the different sizes, eggs come in different shapes and sizes. Some are pointier and some are not. So that is for the Easter. And so I'm making turtles for a friend who is paying me to make turtles. It's for a baby shower. It's not for my niece that I mentioned was having a little boy. But it is for, you know, she doesn't live in the same state as me. I'll have to mail it to her, which is okay. She's paid me money where I have money to buy extra yarn, which I have, and money to mail it to her when I get it finished. I have 2 months to get it done. I'm okay. I think I can do it. Because I'm starting now, and I'll have all of April and all of May to get this finished and worked on. And Mom already had some yarn. Let's go ahead and show what I'm using for that project first. Mom had some yarn. That was pink, because this is one of my chosen colors. There are going to be 10 little babies with pink shells. 10 little babies with blue shells, which Mom didn't have. The bottoms of all the turtles are going to be this yellow rather than a tan, because I thought it was bright and cheery instead of, you know, tan and not bright and cheery. It is for a baby shower, so it's for babies. And then in the pattern it tells you to use scrap yarn, but basically it meant 4-weight scrap yarn. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors here. Yeah, only 9. I'm not using both of these blues. They are too close in color. I'm going to use this one probably, because I'll know for sure to have enough. But I might have enough even with the smaller ball, because the scrap, it's the center of the bottom of the babies that you do. And when I do 10 blue and 10 pink, I'm going to have 2 each with the pink of the matching colors. So they also have 10 different matching colors, but 5 each matching colors of the blue and of the pink. This pink is darker than this other pink here. So that's what that's going to be with that. And let me go ahead and show you my yarn haul. Bought some more yarn. might be tempted to buy some more still. I don't know if I finished shopping for the yarn, but I've got what I think I need for this now. This will be one of the matching colors. It's like an aqua color. It's not showing up too good there. It's looking blue. It's not blue. It is not blue at all. It's more of a greeny aqua. Oh well. It will work out. More of a greeny aqua. And that one was a red heart. And that was on sale. So I couldn't resist a sale. It was a good sale from Joann's. This is Big Twist, and the color is called, where is the color? Cornflower Blue. This one is Red Heart, and it's called, gotta find it, Minty. And it really is looking a little bit aqua minty color. So I've got this one here. I don't know what I'm going to use this one. I might use it. I like the different color thing. But this one's called Monet, and it's a red heart. I couldn't resist. And this one is called Wildflower. And this that way. Again, you're not really seeing the minty and green colors as good. It's given a little hue to it. And I got some 3-weight yarn. More ice cream yarn. I really love this ice cream yarn. And this one is called Moon Mist. And it is that blue is showing up okay. Why the other one didn't show up okay, I don't know. And this one is called Ube, and it's got a lot of pink and purples and a minty green. Is it showing up as a minty green? Well, there. Let's see if we can try this again. Minty green? No. Back here. Well, I don't know why this one is not showing up good. Anyway, those are the ones I bought from my Joann's haul. And it was just a small haul. What I did is I ordered it online, and I had it sent to pick up from the store at curbside. When they say curbside, they mean curbside. They don't mean park and we bring it to your car. Even though that says park and we bring it to your car, they mean park at the curbside, bring it to your car. Right at the curb, where you're not supposed to park. So we had to pull around to where the lady was to get the yarn, because she wasn't about to come to the car. Don't know why. She wasn't about to cross the road and come to the car. It wasn't really crossing the road. It was just a little bit of road in front of the curb where the parking lot was. She wasn't about to come into the parking lot. I don't know. But anyway, so yesterday it was my yogurt making day. My yogurt making day is on the day when I have one yogurt left in the fridge. And that's when I make more yogurt. So, basically I will bring the milk and heavy cream. That's the key. Heavy cream in it. I don't do fat free. No. And anyway, so heavy cream up to 150 degrees, and then let it cool down to 115 or 110. And then I add in the yogurt cultures, which is basically I buy a Stonyfield or Storyfield. I can't remember what it's called, but it has 6 live cultures in it for yogurt. And that's why I chose that one, because it has a lot of live cultures that are good and healthy for you. Good bacteria. And I divided it that inside comes in a pint, a quart. No, not really a quart. I think quarts. I know it's one of the taller containers, like a 16-ounce container, size of a cottage cheese container, and I divide it into 1/4 of a cup parts and put it in a Ziploc bag in each, and in a bigger Ziploc bag, gallon size one for the quart ones, and which is the quart ones I use for the individual ones, and I freeze them all, and then I get one out, and then I take a mango or two, probably two, and I cut them up and chop them up and mush them up a little bit, and just mango and stevia, artificial sweetener, and 1 tablespoon of butter, and I cook it until it's like a little bit thicker of a paste, and then I put it into a quart-size Ziploc bag, and I freeze it. Did the same thing to blueberries this time. Last time I used blueberry jam that had sugar in it, and it made liquidy part of it. The sugar turns into liquid underneath the yogurt. So that's not what I want to try to have. So I bought blueberries. I mushed them up, and there are still some tinier ones that are whole. I didn't want to mush them all up, but I mushed enough of them up. Added the stevia and 1 tablespoon of butter and cooked it until it was a good paste, just like I did with the mango, and quart-size bag, and froze that. And then last time I had already done this to the coconut milk. I had buy coconut milk. It has 2 parts to it. It has the fat parts that are on the top, and then it has the liquidy part on the bottom. And my coconut milk ones I still like, even though they're separating a little bit, and the yogurt gets thinner on the bottom. It does mix with the coconut milk part, but the fat parts make it separate a little bit. I stirred more of it this time, so hoping that would help it not do this, but I tried to thicken paste it to keep it from separating by adding coconut flour to it to preserve the coconut taste, and it didn't really work as well. So the coconut milk part for me is really a work in progress, and so we'll see what happens this time, but I'm not going to use coconut flour again. I might try a tablespoon of butter, and I did use stevia in it as well, so just cooking it on the stove with butter, tablespoon of butter, which might change the taste a little bit, I don't know, and it's the stevia, and see if that will help combine the fats a little bit where that they don't separate, but it might still separate. The first time I did it, I think I actually used coconut flakes in it, and it didn't do that separation. So now maybe I need to resume the coconut flakes. But how do you buy it from the store and they're emulsified enough to where they haven't separated? So that's my goal, is to make it where it's smooth and not separated. But I can deal with it because there's a difference in when the coconut milk was separating and when the blueberry jam was separating. The blueberry jam, the sugar turned to water, but the coconut milk didn't turn to water. It just separated a little bit, and my yogurt, I let it go in the cooler. It's not cool, but I let it go in a cooler. I keep 4 jars of hot boiling water that I change out every 6, 7, 8 hours, just depending on how sleepy and tired I am, or how long, if the top of the cooler feels warm still, I don't need to change it out, because the goal is keep the yogurt in the jars in a nice warm bath, but not really a bath. I don't want them sunk in the water. That would get them. So basically, I just keep it in a warm area for about 22 hours, 23 hours. Yes, I go quite a while. And then when I put them in the freezer, no, why did I say freezer? When I put them in the refrigerator, that's what I was trying to say, and they get cold, they get to where they're so thick on top that if you take off the lid and turn it upside down, it don't fall out. I think I demonstrated that the last time I had yogurt, and I was showing you about the yogurt that I was making. It gets it that thick, and I like it that thick. So it's the bottom don't always get that thick mostly half of the top, half of it or 2/3 of it get that thick. So quite a bit of it gets that thick. Anyway, on the mango one, the mango juices get up to the top and they color the top a mango. And you can see in the jar where you can see the fruit on the bottom because the fruit sinks. And you can tell that one, it's the mango. Now, I don't know if the blueberry one is going to color the whole thing or if the color is going to go to the top because the jam didn't go to the top. But the jam isn't made the same way. So I know that when I mixed it in yesterday, it did color it a little bit. I don't know if the color is going to remain in the yogurt. We'll find out. And I had too much. Normally I make 26 jars. I made 27 jars plus. I had to grab another jar. I didn't have another wee jar with the lids that I bought for them. I have 28 wee jars with lids. One was in the refrigerator from the last batch. So I had 27 to make with. And then so I grabbed another empty jar that had pickle relish in it, I guess, and had been washed and cleaned. Didn't smell of pickles. And so I used that, put the last little bit into that jar, and then somehow found room in the cooler, which sometimes I can barely fit 26 into it. But I found room. I managed to put it in there, and I will be enjoying yummy homemade yogurt tonight. It may not be cold enough to be totally thick and holding it upside down like that at this time. I don't know if I'm going to, probably what I'm going to do is the one in the jar, the pickle jar, I didn't add any flavoring to it. It didn't have any mango. It didn't have any blueberry or coconut. So that one, I think I'm going to chop up some mini candy bars. I don't buy big candy bars. I buy the kit, the size that has 10 in it or 12 of the Hershey's candy, milk chocolate. And they're really little. I have one once in a while when my sugar is lower. But I don't eat it a lot. I just have it on hand. So maybe I'll take one of those and chop it up and put it with that on top after it's cooled down. Because if I put it in when I put it into the refrigerator right now, it will still be warm enough to melt that chocolate. And I don't want to melt the chocolate. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say bye now. And please like and subscribe to my channel. I don't have enough subscribers right now to even be close to 1,000. But I would love to get that way someday. But keep watching. I will show you updates on the turtles that I will be making. And anyway, so it's a nice, pretty day. And Easter will be here soon. And I am all ready. The Easter basket's going to have to be, I've already shown you the Easter basket. The Easter baskets, because of the handle, will have to be put in the grass, carried in there with the grass already, and then filled when I have them on the display for the kids to get when we dye Easter eggs. Now, we don't dye Easter eggs on Easter. The family gets together ahead of Easter and dyes, and that's about the only time I think that everybody might be here to be able to get their baskets. They won't be here on Easter Sunday. I don't think all of them will come on Easter Sunday. Some might not. So I just don't know if they'll be here for Easter Sunday. So just in case they won't, I'm prepared to give it to them before Easter. But these handles, I made it delicate, very delicate, and I don't think it should carry a lot of weight until the kids get it. Then once the kids get it, they can carry the weight they want, and the basket can do what it does. I thought about, my mom wanted me to try to get some what's called glue all. It's Elmer's glue made for adults and not kids because it don't wash out, and kind of strengthen the handle with that. I was afraid I would glue the handle to the plastic mold, or which is actually a little bowl. Well, Bojangles bowl is what I used, but this is the same size. This was a sour cream bowl. So the bowl that I was using, I was afraid that it would glue it to that little container that you saw in the last video where I unmolded it. I was afraid it would not just reinforce it. I was afraid it would permanently make it not be able to take it off of that mold. So I don't want to try that. Anyway, so it's all ready for Easter, and now I can just start on my project. Yay! I'm excited to get this done. See if it makes a difference in the size. I have the left-handed tendencies, and I've always crocheted under and not over. So we shall see if using a 4mm hook with a 4-weight yarn and crocheting under makes it smaller or bigger. I mean, I'm sure the 4mm hook will make it bigger than normal, but crocheting under will make it a little smaller also, but not as small as when I'm using 2.5mm hook and the 3-weight yarn. So we shall see how it comes out. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be great. I always do a good job. I think I was made to crochet amigurumi. I don't do so good with blankets or hats and that things because I've always crocheted too tightly, but not too tightly now. Okay, bye now.